call the meeting to order and ask Councilor Weaver to lead us in pledge of order.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All roll.
Councilor Brown.
Here.
Councilor Weaver. Here. Councilor Broughton. Councilor Watson. Councilor Barton.
Here.
We have a quorum to do business.
First, I'd like to say I'm just certainly glad to see our City Attorney Ed Hines here and looking well.
Good to be back.
Don't scare us again like that for a while if you don't mind.
That's right.
I'm sure everybody in your law firm now is working out every day. And
Yeah, that's good.
the next thing would be approval of the minutes from the February 11th regular meeting.
Motion to approve the minutes of February 11th, regular meeting. Second.
Motion by Councilor Brown, second by Councilor Barton to approve the minutes of February the 11th council meeting. Is there any discussion or are there any changes to be made? Hearing none. Councilor Brown?
Yes.
Councilor Weaver?
Yes.
Councilor Barton?
Yes.
Motion carries and the minutes are approved.
Next item is I want to welcome visitors here. We have a good number of people here today, and I appreciate y'all all coming. Next is the approval of the agenda. Are there any additions or deletions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The agenda is approved. The first item under new business is a proclamation that I'm going to give to Roger Chapman, and I'm going to read a proclamation and then I'm going to present Roger with the proclamation and a key to the city. In recognition of leadership in recreation programs and civic affairs, whereas the city wishes to encourage all those from our community who provide leadership and hours of community service, and whereas the city celebrates those who give of their time, talent, and resources to improve the quality of life for city residents, and whereas Roger Chapman has served on the city's recreation board some 21 years, many as chairman, and whereas Roger Chapman hosted an informational talk show with city and community leaders for many years on Brewton TV, and whereas Roger Chapman's many contributions to the city's continued success are immeasurable and deeply appreciated, now therefore the mayor and city council of the City of Brewton do hereby proclaim that Roger Chapman be honored by the city and all its residents upon his impending retirement from the Recreation Board. Proclaim this 25th day of February 2019.
It's a lot of years ago.
Can I tell you one story now?
Yes, sir.
Before your ticket problem. Ed, you might remember this too. I think I was the chairman when the rec board had on the Y when we hired Steve Dickey in here to run the Y. That's been a great hire. But we had a team, Keith, you'll remember this. We've had a lot of good times in the rec board, but we had a team of all-stars that went over to the Mountains, I think, to play. I think Edward Hines was on that team. I don't remember who the coaches were, so their names are not important, but they got to fight in the dugout. We couldn't fight with the other team, so we got to fight. Two of our coaches that got to fight in our dugout. And they canceled they had to hold the game up. And So it was on the radio, Ed Glaze was broadcasting, so it went to a commercial. My phone started ringing pretty quick after that. And once we got him back home, we talked to him a little bit. I think we had some discipline of the coaches, not the players. I think one of the players, may have been Edward, said, boys, he said, y'all look around the dugout because nobody from Brewton ever going anywhere again. It's been a real good journey, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. It's time for some new blood, and I'm sure they'll get somebody good to replace me and carry on the group recreation board. Thanks, Andy. Yes, sir.
And that is usually a mass exit of all friends and family after that, but you're certainly welcome to stay if you like. Next item on the agenda is to approve the support of legislation preserving the authority of municipal governments over transportation infrastructure and acquiring equitable tax sharing to support infrastructure maintenance. That's resolution number 19-0225.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 19-0225.
Second.
Motion by Councilor Weaver, second by Councilor Brown to approve Resolution 19-0225. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Councilor Brown?
Yes.
Councilor Weaver?
Yes.
Councilor Barton?
Yes.
Motion carries, and the resolution to support local transportation infrastructure authority and equitable share funding for local government is approved.
Next item is to approve the adoption of a pavement management plan for the City of Brewton, resolution number 19-0225-1.
I make a motion to approve the pavement management plan for the City of Brewton, resolution number 19-0225-1.
Second.
Motion by Councilor Barton, second by Councilor Brown to approve resolution number 19-0225-1. Is there any discussion?
I would just say this is, for the public, this is a long-term plan for the city on maintaining our streets, funding them equally each year. Originally for first is an 8-year term, to not only, in the past, we were mainly paving streets, this will also be doing maintenance. So to keep our streets from deteriorating to the point where we have to pave so often. And Sain and Associates have examined and cored each street in the city in developing this plan.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none. Councilor Brown?
Yes.
Councilor Weaver?
Yes.
Councilor Barton?
Yes.
Motion carries, and the resolution to approve the pavement management plan is approved.
Next item is to approve Sain and Associates pavement management plan of monitoring and consulting services agreement. Resolution 19-0225-2.
Motion to approve resolution number 19-0225-2.
Second.
Motion by Councilor Brown, second by Councilor Weaver, to approve the resolution number 19-0225-2. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Councilor Brown?
Yes.
Councilor Weaver?
Yes.
Councilor Barton?
Yes.
Motion carries, and the resolution to approve an engineering services agreement with Sain and Associates is approved.
Next item is to approve a date for a public hearing for an economic development grant for Megan Brantley doing business as Flannel and Floral. Resolution number 19-0225-3.
Motion to approve resolution number for the public hearing of 19-0225-3.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Brown, second by Counselor Barton to approve resolution number 19-0225-3 is, well, what did I say? I lost my train of thought, I'm sorry.
Public hearing.
Yes, is there any discussion? Hearing none. Counselor Brown?
Yes.
Counselor Weaver?
Yes.
Counselor Barton?
Yes.
Motion carries, and the resolution to set a public hearing for public or economic development grant is approved.
Next item, and it's D&S Restaurants, correct?
Yeah, at C&B.
C&B.
Restaurants.
C&B, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Next one is an economic development public hearing date for C&B Restaurants, Inc. That's resolution number 19-0225-4.
Motion to approve resolution 19-0225-4.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Barton, second by Counselor Weaver to approve resolution number 19-0225-4. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Counselor Brown?
Yes.
Counselor Weaver?
Yes.
Counselor Barton?
Yes.
The motion carries, and the resolution to set a public hearing for an economic development grant for C&B Restaurants, Inc. is approved.
The next item is two-part. We're in the midst of a construction project for the public library, and for the building part, it's about in round figures of $600,000 construction project, and then the furniture part is I think $88,000. So I asked our librarian and the general contractor to both make a presentation, and I'll make it easy on Lynn, likely our librarian, since she does hers by video, for her to go first. So.
Some lights for me when I get to this.
The last 3 months, well, we relocated here temporarily at the Bishop Center at the end of November, right after the Thanksgiving holiday. We're very grateful for the space over here at the Bishop Center, because without it, then we definitely would not have met the deadline of getting back over there to the library. And we moved a lot of books. We probably moved over 7,500 books altogether, and probably 5,000 or so movies, 10 computers, and so just trying to adapt to make sure that patrons have what they need. We had to get ready for this construction piece, we had to actually kind of foresee what our patrons wanted, and we went through and made clear selections of what we would bring over here at the Bishop Center to try not to miss a beat with our patrons. And as far as the wrapping, everything was draped and wrapped to cut down the dust. And the construction crew has been very helpful to us. We can go in and they don't mind us tearing it apart and just rewrap it again. And as far as the renovations at the library, they're doing the roof. Well, the roof is a brand new roof where the tie-in from the old library and the new library had major leaks throughout it, and other parts that was really damaged that they had to take care of. And wallpaper has been removed, so there's fresh paint on the walls, because the wallpapers have been removed and sandpaper down and repainted. And the lights throughout the library has been replaced with LEDs, so it'll be nice and bright. The ramps outside has been widened, the parking spaces have been widened. The ramp as far as going into the library has been lengthened and widened for easy accessibility. As far as the ramps and the parking spaces, they were not quite up to code, so we're now up to code. The bathrooms they've been remodified as far as the ADA, and now we're fully accessible, so that's great. The flooring as well has been, it will be demoed Saturday. And starting next week, they'll be putting in new flooring. With the help of my board, we are working on the technology piece to increase, maybe putting in smart boards and stuff like that. Right now, our computers are up to date. Everything that we do is up to date over there. On the outside, which is going to be the best part of it, is we're going to have lights on the outside that will illuminate the building itself. So they're color changing, and there's a lot of different things that they will be doing with the lights, programmable. And the stucco, we had some different facial problems, and the stucco in the front has been upgraded and repaired and upgraded. We have patrons coming from Evergreen, Atmore, Wilmington, even some from Century, McDavid, and the J, of course. We service a much larger area than just the Brewton citizens. We have patrons coming from everywhere, and I love to hear the stories about how they just love our library. They think it's the best one around, and they would travel just to get here. I think the library itself is definitely one of the cornerstones of the city. And we play a very important part because patrons here, they don't all have what we might have. So there's a real need for the library, for the public. It ranges from fax to simple computer use to finding jobs, books, entertainment, as well as the movies, and even the how-to. We have a lot of different things, and even when it comes to studying for major exams or making that next step in life, we have those manuals as well. As far as our new space, get ready for something bright, brilliantly put together, and you're gonna love the space. I hate to spoil it, but you're gonna love the space once we get there.
Thank you, Lynn, did a good job. The other day, I went with Rusty Miller of Trip Tech and did a walkthrough. And, you know, it's one thing on look on paper of a job, and it's the other when you actually go through and see the number of items that they have worked on. As you can imagine, to spend this kind of money on a building, the building obviously was in a great need of repair. Rusty saw some items that were not in the original specs, and on his own, out of his own pocket, he decided to fix several items and replace items, so I appreciate that. But I'll call on Rusty Miller to talk about it from a contractor's perspective.
Well, Miss Lynn made our job easy for sure. She told everything we're doing, basically. This is Miles Smith. He's my business partner in Trip Tech Construction. And it's been a pleasure to work with the city, not only on this project, but we also did the sidewalk project that expanded up Appleton Road to Alexander Drive. So we appreciate the business from the city to us. We're based out of Atmore, so we are kind of local. A lot of people know me from Turning Leaf Construction here in Brewton, Alabama. So we appreciate being here. But the project's going really well. Like Miss Lynn said, we kind of started at the top, and there was some disrepair on the outside. There was a lot of roof leaks, so we've replaced the entire roof system. We've added a slope to the flat roof that was on the very top. We also found some product that wasn't designed to have shingles attached to it, so we had to, I don't know if anybody saw that because it was a short period of time, but we actually had to build a roof over the roof on the oldest part of the library, the peak that faces, is that Jackson? Is that correct? Is that Jackson Street? So we had to build a roof over that section of the roof, which was something we found after the fact when we got started on the project. The lighting, y'all saw the lighting. I think that's going to be a fantastic addition to the library. We actually had one. He's a programmer that came out of New Jersey on Friday, and it's infinitely adjustable. So I've told Miss Lynn and I told the mayor, anything y'all can come up with that y'all want that lighting system to do as far as changing colors or schemes. You can do Valentine's, Christmas. You could do the Battle of Murder Creek week. You know, you could have it changing colors then. It's just infinite what y'all can do. So I told the mayor and I told Miss Lynn too to be thinking about what you want, because he's actually coming back in a month to do the final programming, and he can put any lighting scheme in there that y'all would want. But if you go by right now, it's just on white. So we can just do white anytime you want white, and you can do varying intensities of the light too. So we brought the parking lot up to ADA compliance. You saw the new ADA ramp out front. The old ramp was not compliant. That's the number one, city attorney can probably agree with me, but in a public venue, non-ADA compliance is the number one reason that a city or public venue will get sued because of that. So we've added some ADA compliance, parking areas in the front and on the side. The mayor came over the other day, and we have found a few things, just things that you find in any remodel. Whenever you remodel something, you can talk about it until you get started. You don't know what you're going to find, but we've tried to repair all the items or bring to light all the items that need repair and get those done while we're there. We're on track to get finished. With the added items that the city's approved for us to do, we did add a little time to the time frame, so we're looking at like mid-April to be completely finished. The flooring's going in as we speak. The painting is being completed on the inside. They actually came today and demoed out all the hard tile, which was the old tile that when you first came in. We brought some flooring samples if anyone interested in seeing those, but we're going back with a new modern carpet and an LVT, which is a commercial vinyl type product in lieu of ceramic tile. The bathrooms have all been updated. New paint, new flooring, new wall tile. So it's going to be a new place. And of course, one of the big ones is the lighting on the inside too. I don't know if anyone in here used to go in the library, but Miss Lynn was over there a minute ago. We were standing there, and I said, "Y'all be quiet. What's missing?" It was quiet. All the fluorescent hummed, the old fluorescent lights just hummed when you were in there. So it's actually quiet in the library now. There's no hum in the library anymore. So all that's gone, and all the interior lighting's been upgraded to all LED lighting. So we ought to be in good shape.
One of the things I like Rusty came up with, and you think about all the drawers and all the desks and all the counters and everything. Well, a lot of those are years and years old, and the ones that we used a lot wouldn't work very well anymore. So part of this was replace all the slides and rollers and little things that you don't really think about that wear out over time. But
we found some damaged windows. There's been several broken windows, but anybody that's got double pane windows in their house have had them for years, and they'll get cloudy or get moisture trapped in between them. There were several of those, so we're going around, and that was some of the additional work that we found that needed doing.
And then when he and I were going through, he pointed out some windows where the sprinkler system had been hitting them over the years, which sort of digs into the glass, and so he's working up 2 more rows of windows that we'll end up replacing there. To try to, when we finish construction, the last part of that is, of course, new furniture to be brought in, and then the landscaping outside. So we hope when we're finished with the complete project that the library will be a place that's inviting for everybody and will be first class for years to come. So I appreciate the work y'all have done. If you get a chance, come by and see.
Come by and see us.
See them, because they're working very hard over there. Thank you, Rusty.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Any comments or announcements?
I have none.
Take a motion.
Make a motion to adjourn.